Anywhere in the world you are watching this program, my name is Linda and I welcome you to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time and you like what you are seeing, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications. This will enable YouTube to recommend and suggest our videos to you. If you do not turn on your notification bell, you won't know when I upload a new video. Here, we react to all forms of video, especially what is happening in Nigeria and in Biafra land. I put a disclaimer that here in Linda's TV show, we do not promote misleading information, hate speech, violent or instigating war. I always seize every opportunity to appreciate YouTube for allowing us to use their platform to bring this information across.
Could you strategically tell us what the exact cases are before Nnamdi Kanu at this point? Since he's defending himself, we will say before Nnamdi Kanu. What are these terrorism charges in the first place?
Well, the charges are very clear. The Terrorism Act is very clear. Terrorism Prevention Act, yes, and Prohibition Act is there. So what he's trying to do is to establish two things. One, that he didn't commit any act of terror, that he didn't incite people to violence, that he didn't encourage people to commit, that he himself didn't kill anybody or commit acts. Then, secondly, he will also try to establish that the court has no jurisdiction. That's why he's bringing some of those people in to talk about his illegal rendition, because he's bringing some of these people like Buratai to court to actually ask them questions as to how they brought him all the way from Kenya to Nigeria. So he's trying to establish two things. One, that he didn't commit acts of terror. Secondly, that the court has no jurisdiction to try him, since he's made applications which the court refused up to the Supreme Court that remitted the matter for a trial. He's not trying to get to be on record by the evidence of the state itself. That's what he's trying to do. Get people who were once governors, who were in the military, who were former governors, to come and give evidence for him as hostile witnesses as to how he was illegally renditioned to Nigeria. And if he achieves that, then there will be no basis for the trial in the first instance.
As you calling out, some of the high-profile individuals are governors. There are 7 governors. Sanwo-Olu is there, and Hope Uzodinma. Now, some of these individuals who have immunity, are they going to, respond and make themselves applicable in the law court to come and defend and be witness, as Nnamdi Kanu has, named them as part of his witnesses? Are they going to, by the way, with them, having that immunity backing them as governors?
Well, they have a duty to do if they don't want to come to court. If the court issues a subpoena for a witness to come, the witness has a right to file an application stating explicitly while he or she will not be in court to give evidence. So people who have the legal protection of immunity can bring an application to state that, hey, under the law, we are shielded. However, you know what the Constitution does by that provision is not to shield them from giving evidence, but to shield them from being prosecuted.
Oh, yeah.
So the Constitution does not shield them from giving evidence in any matter. What the Constitution shields them is from being sued to court. So if you are bringing them as a witness, there's no immunity from giving evidence, but there's an immunity from or against prosecution. So that they can still bring an application to court to stop them from coming to court on the basis of their position in government. They can do that. It's not left for the court to rule whether they can be compelled to give evidence or whether they should be let off the hook.
We saw him in the dock right there, bringing out certain things, and let's track back to when they invaded his house in Abia State, by the way, and that's when this whole thing started. Self-preservation is the number one rule to life, right? And he needed to self-preserve himself. So a jumping bail and whatnot is part of the reasons given, So now, stating these things, these facts, tying these things, and him, being arrested or kidnapped in Kenya, what are we actually reeling out and judging, since the place the law is meant to start is not fertile?
So you see, that's what we have been saying. We know that whatever happened in our father at that time, understand? For me, I will keep on saying Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. He did not. They were about killing him. It's very clear. The military wanted to do what they call show of force, and they carried the show of force from Umuahia Township to his village, to his father's house. They were proof. They were shot into his house. So it was not a show of force. So for me, I think there was an attempt to let me use their phrase, neutralize him. So it was an act of self-preservation. We keep on saying that he did not jump bail. They tried to neutralize him. That's what happened. And then he escaped for his life before he was illegally renditioned to Nigeria. It was not even an arrangement between Nigerian government and Kenyan government. It was a stealth action.
And they ruled against it, though, the Kenyan courts. Yeah.
Yes.
So now you move into this issue. It's high profile. And some people may be justifiably concerned that at this time, this is when he needs his counsel. You said something earlier that he may not have had unfettered access to his legal team. And he complained about that as well.
Yes.
Meaning that they might not be able to have the amount of grip on the story or his story as he would like. So he's like, let me just do it myself. That's what we're speculating on right now.
Yes, just speculation.
Yeah, just what we're speculating on right now. So does that translate to him possibly not trusting his legal team to handle this case, judging by the lack of communication that they've had due to the officials around them?
No, it's not a matter of trust deficit. It's a matter of breach of the Constitution, because Section 36 is very clear that whoever is sued in an action as an accused person should be given ample time, opportunity, and legal representation.
So what does he think?
He's complaining that he's not getting enough.
What does he think the council lacks?
The council does not lack anything. The only thing that is the problem is that they were not allowing his lawyers to prepare him adequately for his case.
Then does that show a depth of information?
Yes. So I think it's a matter of breach of the Constitution, because how can they prepare him when they are preparing him under cameras? How can you prepare your client?
So so based on the story,
you're not allowed access to your counsel.
we were trying to draw a timeline, because
Yes.
what journalists have not been able to unravel is why. So if we're to make a story out of this, Nnamdi Kanu has not had as much access to his legal counsel as he would like.
Yes.
Essentially, that means he's not been able to converse with them. And what are you conversing about? Information.
Yes.
So if he feels his legal counsel has enough information, then he can go ahead. You already ruled out financials. You ruled it out.
The lawyers will not have adequate information.
Exactly. So
you know one of the reasons why bail is granted is to allow an accused person to prepare his case.
How
can he prepare his case under CCTV cameras? What will his lawyer say?
So this is
whatever his lawyer will say will be used against the lawyers.
So we're using the elimination method. We've eliminated financials,
It cannot be financials.
Eliminated trust. It's not a trust deficit.
Yes.
But it's possible that it's an information deficit.
Definitely.
So he feels he has the most information about his case.
Definitely.
And as such can present and defend his case.
You see, there are things as a client you can only tell your lawyer, and no other ears will hear it. Because when you tell your lawyers things, you divulge some information that is not meant for the other ear. Your lawyer will now help you to prepare your case better. Imagine where the prosecution is also listening to your conversation. How will that case be conducted? The state is prosecuting. The state is monitoring the preparation of an accused person. So it also have unfettered access to his lawyer. That's why one of the reasons for bail application is allowing the accused person to go home, sit down with his lawyers under confidentiality to prepare his case, so that he comes to court, the state does their case, the defense does the defense. But this time around, the state who is prosecuting is also part of the legal team, because they are listening to every conversation.
So let me jump in now.
Every question that will put Nnamdi Kanu, whatever Nnamdi Kanu will tell them, the state will already know. So what will he say again?
Let me throw in a spanner. You've established that, okay? Based on what happened with the NMA coming in and debunking the initial report that his own medical team gave, do you think that somewhere in Nnamdi Kanu's mind he is feeling like he doesn't know who could be complicit? Do you think he's envisioning a case where it's impossible to trust anybody? Like any politician, politicians can hardly trust anybody, right? You don't know who wants what. Do you think that he's wondering if every other person has been influenced? Now we've already heard, Kanu Agabi is a strong lawyer, powerful and the rest. But from what he experienced at NMA, saying that his condition is not life-threatening, and we saw his team earlier appeal to the NMA not to be compromised. They said it because they envisioned the possibility. Now this is not to say they were, but his team initially envisioned the possibility and appealed to them not to be used as weapons or tools. Do you think that beyond the issue of information, death of information possibly, that he could also have been thinking of the issue of if anybody could be complicit, if anybody could be acting against him? Because sometimes the enemy lies within.
Well, question you have to ask is that when the NMA said that he was fit, did they produce any result? They ran a check on him, right? Did they produce any medical result that his liver is functioning, his kidney is functioning? Did we see that? They simply said, we think he is fit to stand trial, right? Now they can say, no problem, let me stand trial. Let's go ahead with the trial. So I think it's a matter of a lot of people will believe, general view will believe that NMA did it. You know, you are conducting a medical examination under the watchful eye.
NMA's position is justified. My question to you, Barrister Wabuko, is could that antecedent have affected Nnamdi Kanu in a certain way that he's wondering if everybody else is compromised?
Definitely, he's seen himself as being alone. There's nobody on his side again. So he has decided to go all out to defend himself without anybody assisting him this time around. So I think that he doesn't actually believe that any other person can assist him now. If every other thing is working against him, the medical team, in fact, he was not even allowed. Imagine where he was not, his lawyers were not even allowed, his doctors were not even allowed to examine him. And the court had to order NMA. Why should the court order NMA? Doesn't he have his own medical practitioner? Must he be the NMA?
So what are we saying?
So if you are sick, the court will order an association to come and examine. What do you want the association to do when the government is involved?
You're welcome, sir. Please come in. Come in. When you go out, help us bring out Omoyele Sowore. This IGP. This is, please help us understand this IGP. 36 years and counting as an IGP. I mean, this is against our constitution. We are all under the constitution. Go, you don't want to go. Okay, we've left you there, Jejeli. Sowore. This is Omoyele Sowore whose passport was seized. Now you've even seized the person himself. But you know what? You've gone too far this time. Because this time you're going to pick all of us. Free Sowore.
No.
Free Sowore. When do you want to free?
No.
Free Sowore. When?
No.
Free Sowore.
No.
Sowore. Free.
No.
Free Sowore. IGP. What's the name of the other guy? What's the name of the guy who wrote the letter? Fakorede. Free Sowore.
No.
Fakorede. Free Sowore.
No.
Free him when?
No.
Free Sowore. Sowore. Bring him out. IGP. No, tenure has expired. Allow all these rules to be the IGP now. No. Nigerians, please, can you imagine a situation whereby a serving police officer's salary cannot buy him a bag of rice to feed his family? How is he going to look after you and me security? So that is what Omoyele Sowore came here on the 21st of August and said, please, look after these policemen's welfare so that our security will be improved. IGP won't let him rest. Free Sowore! No!
Wakorede, free Sowore. 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 Wakorede, Sowore done nothing. He has done nothing. He has committed no offense. Sowore is not a thief. Sowore is not a criminal. The only crime done Sowore. Now PCP Fakorede, free Sowore. Police. PCP Fakorede, free Sowore. Now 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 PCP Fakorede, free Sowore. There are details to the letter. Yes. Every nonsense that they've been doing in this country, whether the ones the people they've been killing, journalists they've been locking up, no problem. Even if you lock all of us here today, stronger and louder voices will come out tomorrow. The message just needs to be clear. Nigerian oppressive class, from Ebretokun to Akpabio to all of the wicked, all the evil guys who have kept us subjugated in poverty and repression. Your time is up. Nigerian masses are going to rise up. A people united can never be defeated. A people united.
This is just an exercise today, and they are planning by all means to see how they can detain or arrest Omoyele Sowore. But the message is clear that we are not afraid. Even Omoyele Sowore himself is not even afraid. He has prepared already. He came here with his bag.
His detention bag.
His detention bag with clothes, enough clothes for him to be changing. Paraventure if they arrest him and detain him. But the truth remains that we that are outside, even though they also come after us, we are not just in this number. That's why I said that this is just like a rehearsal. Now, the oppressed Nigerian people should not think that this is a fight of Omoyele Sowore or this is a fight of our movement. This is a fight for survival in Nigeria. Can you imagine illegal Inspector General of Police Ogbeitoku? Can you imagine his mistress was allegedly being promoted onto a rank that she's supposed not to get so within the year, within 10 years? And because of Omoyele is exposing all of these unjust practices of Ogbeitoku, is now grieved, sending his boys to go after Omoyele Sowore, thinking that by so doing they can silence him. Of course, Ogbeitoku is supposed to have by now read history about our struggle, read history about Omoyele Sowore. Our resistance has no limits, and we are not afraid of whoever that is involved. Yes. The truth remains that if you arrest one of us, yes, or you oppress one of us, or even any Nigeria, in as such you come to our hearing, we will come out for whosoever that is involved. Yes. And that is what they need to understand. What Ogbeitoku have decided to do today is to try to plan of how he will shut down the economy of this country. EndSARS will be a child play because they did it before, and they use all their cunning craftiness to make sure that they seized the passport of Omoyele Sowore so that he cannot travel. Till today, they keep postponing the sitting of that case. They make sure that the Omoyele Sowore didn't travel, and they want to see hold him again. But if that is what they wish, let them go ahead. But the truth of the matter is that the resistance they have never expected, or they don't think of coming, will come.
I want to yarn. I want to sorrow. See, me, I don't come here can't speak good English. I don't come here can't speak grammar. I come here to stand for Baba Sowore. You understand? First of all, I want to draw this attention to the expired Inspector General of Police. When they serve for 36 years, when no one retired, go house, go rest, so that they will promote younger officers when they look up to become IG one day. Because if that the other officers, the other IG them, no retire, him now for no be IG. You understand? Yeah. Nigerian police officers, they suffer. The men and women of the Nigerian police force, then they suffer up and down. Many of them don't pay their children's school fees. Many of them don't feed their family. But still yet, then they protect the lives and property for all these useless big politicians. When no fit put law, when go favor the police. Comrade Sowore, stand up. Start to talk about police welfare. Start to talk about police lives. Start to talk about the retirement of police, their benefit and everything. At the end of the day, the APC IGP, Ebato Kukayode, when they serve for 36 years, when deserve Guinness Book of Record, few say if he arrest them to oppress and to silence his voice. We Nigerians, you know, get anybody who they fear. See, this 10th generation, this Gen Z generation, we don't fear anybody. If not they fear me, I need to fear. See, even Tinubu when the president, we know they fear Tinubu because him don't first use hunger self, make everybody there attention like this now. Make everybody wake up because we now we don't fear. We are giving the Inspector General of Police. We gave them 1 hour before, and that 1 hour don't pass. We they give them 30 minutes to release Sowore for us. If not, we go occupy everywhere. We go occupy in office. We go occupy in house. May notice say we don't know their house. All of them, both Tinubu, all of them, go their house, go occupy everywhere. No peace for the wicked. See, when Nigerians stand up, it's a warning. Yes. If my fist is a threat, make my stand a threat. No get what they fear. The day when we go stand up for this country, one by one we go listen outside. We go scatter una mind go there. No joy for the street. We don't get joy again. Everybody the best. I don't get joy.
It's very unlawful. He's not even supposed to be in this building in the first place. I mean, the only crime Mr. Sowore has committed, according to them, is speaking up for the police, for the welfare of the police. The only crime he has committed, because by what they are telling us, the documents that was given to him that warranted his appearance in this place is not even justifiable. You said somebody did a forgery. Bring the document that he forged. You cannot provide the document. So what kind of invitation is that, or investigation is that? You said somebody did this. They said, okay, bring who is calling for his arrest. You are not able to mention the names of the person that are even called, because you know that there are some people that are already having criminal intentions to deliberately keep Nigeria where it is. And because Mr. Sowore is bold enough to speak against that criminality, it is now a crime. So you see where we are in Nigeria. But these same police officers that Mr. Sowore is speaking for, go to their houses and see the level of poverty. Go to their houses and see that most of them cannot even train their children in school. None of them is attending a good school. No ordinary police officer can boast of putting their children in a better school. Yet these guys are the ones protecting these criminal elites. They are the ones protecting their wives. They are the ones protecting their girlfriends. In fact, as a matter of fact, they are the ones carrying umbrellas and bags for the criminal elite. Now you want Mr. Sowore to keep quiet and not to speak for them. When he speaks, he becomes a crime. It becomes a crime. It becomes a criminal to you. You now bundle him and keep in your building in every attempt to silence him. We are saying enough. No. We are saying enough. Yes. And if this persists or continue, we are going to mobilize Nigerians, and we will storm every of their offices. We will storm every of their houses. We will make sure that as long as they don't want this country to grow, as long as they don't want Nigerians to live at peace, as long as they want to continue eating the welfare and the benefits of the serving officers, we are going to say no, and we will make them also to feel the heat. This is Nigeria, and nobody is scared of anybody. Nobody is scared of anybody. Even Mr. President, we are not scared of him. We are not scared of the president. It is because of us that he is there. Today he is called the president because we are Nigerians. If there are no Nigerians, there will be no president. Yes. Without Nigerians, there will be no Senator Pabio. Yes. Without Nigerians, there will be no Ekbetekun, yes, who is even deliberately staying in office and refusing to retire. His tenure has expired. What is he doing there? If it is good to retire other officers, why is it not good to retire Ekbetekun?
Unbelievable action that police is deliberately delivered to our activists across the Nigeria. What the position that police is taking is unlawful. We Nigerians, we are standing for their rights. For more than 3 decades, our mentor, Sowore Omoele, is standing for police welfare. A recently testimony that happens last protest is the police welfare have been improved. Police lack unions that they can stand for their rights. And activists deliver voluntarily to stand for their rights. And they are not appreciating what people is doing for them. Mr. President retained Ebeteko for his post in the effort to do political maneuver ahead of 2027 general election. We are not supporting that. If the police retirement is sweet, why not Inspector General of Police will not retire? So all these actions that police is doing, enough is enough. If they didn't care, continue doing what they are doing. We are not in celebrity. The time of modernized celebrity have gone. We have gone school. We are knowledgeable enough. We know our rights.
As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.